Hey everybody, it's Tuesday night. It's Just Being Honest with Millz Lane. I am Millz Lane. Thank you for checking in and stopping by. We have made it to the middle of January, everybody. January 2023. And I am excited to invite into the space my friend John Pucci Hall shortly. But I just want to start off with just asking the question, how your New Year's resolutions going? Is anybody even doing that anymore? Are we setting new boundaries? Are we eating better? Are we all clogging up the gym? Yeah, me either, right? I don't set resolutions like that anymore, but I do hope to slowly but surely cut back on some things. So, you know how they say that the turtle and the hare, slow and steady wins the race? That's what I'm hoping for 2023. Just consistently doing better, right? I think if we all just made a commitment to just consistently doing better, you know, cutting out here and there, adding a little bit here and there, you know, just doing things more, being more mindful in what we do. So I'm hoping that for you and for me for 2023, again, slow and steady wins the race. But I would be remiss if I did not come through on my show on the night after my Cowboys finally got out of the first round of the playoffs. Now, it's never an easy path forward to the Super Bowl because next week we're going to have San Francisco. And who would ever thought that we would be going up against a San Francisco team with a quarterback who was Mr. Irrelevant? Like, I used to always feel sorry for those guys, like Mr. Irrelevant. And for those of you who are not sports adjacent, like myself, that just means they were the last to be picked in the NFL draft for their year that they came out. So, you know, kudos to this kid who, you know, he reminds me a little bit, his spirit. He has a little bit of that Taylor Heineke spirit of that, you know, you're not going to beat me down. Which brings me to the Commanders fans. Y'all are so hateful. Why are y'all so hateful? I don't think we hate y'all as much as y'all hate us. I don't know. Anybody throw it in the chat. Is it just me or do the Commanders fans just have this extra layer of hate for the Cowboys fans? I don't get it. But, you know, I don't hate the Commanders as a team. But some of y'all fans are just... Hey, Fred, some of y'all, like you, Fred, you know, y'all just can't quite, I don't know, you know, y'all just mean and nasty. And y'all said stuff before we even commented. All I said, you know, I didn't throw too much salt or shade. All I said on my social media was, good morning to the Cowboys fans only. So I wasn't being nasty. I just was saying, y'all, I mean, it's a lot of... Y'all got to stop that. You know, maybe next year. Maybe next year. Fred, we'll talk more about the sports tomorrow night on your show. But yeah, you keep it real, Fred. But I'm just saying. And Busy says the Giants fans are the worst. And congratulations to the Giants fans. I mean, it's 3 NFC East teams that are moving forward to the next weekend. Now, I'm sure... some things will get chopped down to size. Well, you know, it'll level itself out. But for right now, my Cowboys fans, you know, we looked really good last night, except for that kicker. Y'all was, I mean, were they paying the kicker? I don't know whether to be angry at him. I don't know whether to feel sorry for him. I mean, was it really the mental got him, you know, where he just couldn't quite, I mean, the first 4 kicks, and when you know it, the one that he made, I had turned over and was kind of closing my eyes, like I was listening to the game, but trying to go to bed because I knew I had to get up and go to work today. But anyway, enough of the sports, because tonight, you all, I have invited back a friend that has been on the show before, but it was during my first season 2 years ago. So I'm excited to pull him into the space and just kind of feel him out. He's been a business owner for 25 years. He has been a barber and in the barber space and salon space for over 30 years. And he's put in the time, and he has actually, I'm sure he's going to help us with through trial and tribulation. He knows some things. So tonight we're going to talk about that. I'm going to invite him on, but he's a husband, father. Like I said, he's an entrepreneur. And if you have not stopped by one of his salons, they're called the Ultimate Barber Salons in Alexandria, Virginia. So check him out. He's the real deal. Let me invite him into the space. I think I'm inviting you in. Where are we? Hey!
Hey. What's up, Camilla? How you doing?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. I ain't get to say that to you yet. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Look, have you started any new things for the new year, or are you like me, kind of slow and steady wins the race?
Look, I was a little disappointed when you said you didn't have any resolutions set up there, Camilla. I was a little disappointed in you, young lady.
Don't be disappointed. I mean, for what though? I you know me. I mean, I don't want to clog up the gym from the real deal people. You know what I'm saying? It's some real deal people that go to the gym, and I don't want to cause no ruckus. I'll just stay in the background. You know, I'll get in there when I get in.
Hey, look.
But that's not me.
Well, look, though, you got a beautiful home, man. You ain't got to go to the gym for it. You know what I'm saying?
Truly. You know what I'm saying? I got every tape, every piece of equipment, but why don't I use it? That's a whole nother show, John.
Look, I'm going to tell you why. So a lot of times people set goals, right? They set goals, but they don't go through with them because there's no plan. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, that's what they tell you. They tell you a goal without a plan is just a wish. You know? So you definitely got to set a plan, put a plan in place and follow it. And it happens every time. Like you going to work, you got a plan. You had to go to bed on time, right?
Yeah.
You had your clothes ready so you can get to work on time. And you already had your plan set up.
Listen, I love the positivity. John, tell us, you know, you haven't been on the show for 2 years. What have you been building and planning and plotting and putting into place in the last 2 years? What's different about you today, the business mogul today, than you were 2 years ago on the show?
Be honest with you. So it was just about, now, my daughter, and hopefully, she'll have some kids in the future there. So it's more or less now, putting together some generational wealth, you know what I'm saying? Putting some plans in place that, they will be, kind of, self-sufficient and, be able to have something to fall back on, as they get older there. So, it's really about now, not just thinking about me, but just thinking down the line now. Couple generations there, so they'll be in place. So I've been working on that, Camilla, over the last 2 years.
Okay, that's wonderful. And I always look at when like, so your generation. So for your daughter, I'm like, did you spoil her? So like, is she gonna be ready when you're ready to impart the knowledge, or have you been giving her the knowledge all of these years? Because I always think a lot of my friends, they spoil their kids because they can, but do the kids learn the lesson is what I'm worried about.
Yeah, first, just trying to show her, with a daughter and a father, the father's place is to definitely show a daughter how a man is how it's supposed to be treated. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that falls into place. So, I've been working on that and just getting her together. She's in a career program right now, just as far as doing different jobs, just trying to see what is going to be most efficient for her, and just to see how, how a business is ran. And they say, you can't be the boss unless you're willing to be the janitor. All right. So we got her working. Yeah, we got her working on, some of those, working at Giant. We got her. She's at the doing janitorial services at the hotel. Things like that. She's at daycare, helping out at the daycare things, and just just getting her foot in place, just trying to see exactly what she wants to do in life.
Well, I didn't know we were going to start with talking about the younger generation, but I actually had a question. I want to know your opinion about, we're going to talk about financial literacy today, trying to become financially independent and talk about the state of the economy. But I've always wondered, I want to hear from a father, a parent, when do you start? What age is too young to start teaching your children to become financially literate? And is it through chores and, let's say, an allowance? Do you pull out the checkbook and show them, just do the simple math and subtraction? What's the age really that, you feel like they can really grasp it and understand?
Yeah, I really say there's really no age for real, to be honest with you. When that child starts asking for wanting things,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times we just, let's say it's a vending machine and the child say, how much does it cost? And you tell them, it's $1. What you gonna do? You're gonna give them $1 so they can get it, right?
Yep.
But you want to teach them that it's really not $1, all right? It's probably gonna be about $1.07 really when they go to the store. So you want to start early teaching them about tax and things like that. At the same time, this is where people kind of get into the mindset of not being able to have enough because, hold on a second, I'm sorry.
Okay. Businessman, the phone always ringing. Let's admire his artwork in the background while he gets the phone.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, so with that, so when you have somebody that is in the phone here, all right. When you have somebody that is actually in that space where you just give them just that $1, it's going to be the point that they done spent everything that they make. All right, so this is where people start working payday to payday. So you just gotta let them know that if that's $1 and that's all you got, you might want to keep a little bit of that. So we might not be able to afford that right now, young lady. You know what I'm saying? It's going 70 cents. All right, our budget is 70 cents right now. We gotta keep 30 to the side to pay taxes and put a little savings to the side there. So you want to start teaching that at a young age there. Okay. Once you start doing that and start getting them into the mindset, I think that's good to go. Good to go with that.
Hey John, when that answer machine gonna pick up?
I know, right?
Go
Normally we
ahead.
don't get no calls.
I can stretch. I just want people to hear you.
Hopefully it stopped. It looked like it's for my car too, because my car actually got vandalized at the fight.
No.
Right? Somebody broke in. Yeah, somebody broke into it. So it says Mercedes-Benz Alexandria. I think they called me, let me know. It might be ready, it might not. I'm just waiting for it to hang up. All right, it's done. We good.
Okay,
yeah.
Sure. Look, just listen. Handle your biz.
They'll leave a message.
Look,
but
we can jump off and jump back on. Look, I want to make sure your stuff is straight.
No, you good.
But and I was gonna talk about that. I was wondering I wonder if Poochie went to the fight. Of course Poochie went to the fight.
Yeah, I was down there with your brother.
I'm sure you were.
Hey.
But let's get down to the real, because I want you on this show. I want people to learn. I want them to pick up on some things. But let's talk about what it means to be financially literate. What does that mean to you?
Man, financial literacy, actually, just understanding money. And you're going to be surprised. There's a lot of people, a lot of adults that don't understand money. All right. And they don't teach that in school. All right. They don't teach it in school whatsoever. You don't get that. I didn't get it until I got to college. And
now they calling you. I can't hear you. If a call coming through, I can't.
I'm sorry. Yeah, now they're calling me on my phone. So, but where do you get your financial literacy from, man? You get it from your parents. All right. So you'll learn from them, because they don't teach it in school. All right. Like I said, I didn't get it until I went to college.
Well, we didn't have it. We didn't have it. Now they do have mandatory finance and economics classes. I'm blanking on the name of the class. One of my carpooler teaches it. But they do have it so that, they won't be stuck like us trying to figure out how to, do people even write checks anymore?
They don't write.
And how do you
check? Look, I got some young, I done had some young people working at my shop. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Cannot write a check. Cannot write a check at all.
Wow.
I had somebody come in. I had a distributor come in. I gave him a check. Here, go ahead, write this check out for him. Man, in the pay to order, they had the date. In the date, they had the name. They had the signature on the on the dollar line where you write that out. In the memo section, I don't know what. My goodness, it was to the pay to order of. It was crazy. I was like, my goodness.
It was a teachable moment, I'm sure.
Yeah, they said they never seen a check.
Wow.
Never seen one.
Wow. Now I get laughed at sometimes when I pull out my checkbook to my girl. Like, we don't do that, but I'm like, I need to write this check. I need to track what's happening. But you know, that's unfortunate, but I mean, I believe it, you know, if they, again, now I know in Virginia, at least, it's a mandatory class that they have to take. But at the same time, you know, how do we start to change their mindset to understand? Because I know, you know, like you have younger kids working in your shop and coming up under you, and people, you know, apprenticeships and all of these things, and they look at you and they don't see necessarily 30 years. They just think, oh, he got it like that. But they don't see the 30 years of you, you know, making mistakes and doing things differently and taking classes, and you want to teach them. So, you know, what's your mindset in doing all of those things? I mean, I know you're open to doing it to help people, but, you know, what would you say to that?
The biggest thing, I need them to start reading financial instruments. All right. So even like the paper. All right. So we were taught that, you know, look at the Wall Street Journal. Okay. Turn that TV off, you know, listening to, you know, that crazy stuff or whatever, watching that crazy stuff, and, you know, open it up and start reading some financial papers, some books and things like that. Kind of, you know, reading and educating yourself on that.
Right.
We had to get, I remember in college when I first got my exposure, we had to get a subscription to the Wall Street Journal. And we had to read that when it came every day. Just, you know, just a little section there, even just a little stock part. All right, just looking at it.
That's not an easy paper to read.
No, you know, or definitely when you're not used to it.
Yeah.
All right, when you're not used to it, then once you start really getting into it and seeing it, then hey, no, you're on it. Okay, so now we have phones. All right, we got the internet, we got the phones, we got access to so many, because everybody now has an app. They're online, so it's easier now to get a subscription to the Wall Street Journal. It's easier now to just go on to your business financial sites and stuff like that, and be able to get something. So that's what you want to do now. And I see a lot of kids now, they're getting a little more closer, because I know they were gotten really interested now into the crypto and stuff like that. So is
that really a thing? Because I get people that it's like a scam, and is that a thing? Are people making money off of crypto?
Man, you got some young people, a lot of young people that are like millionaires off that crypto. Yeah, that crypto serious. Yeah, that's serious. That's going to be that's it. And so right now they're just trying to figure out how to regulate it. But you know, in some like Florida, Miami, they were paying their employees with Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be easier now, because with the blockchain and all that stuff, it'll be easier and simpler to be able to purchase a home. All right. And to be able to purchase other assets too as well. So that's what they're working on right now. It really is. It's new. They're still trying to figure out a lot of stuff there. So, and it's unregulated. And so you got a lot of people out there that are stealing from people. Yeah. All right. And that's what kind of makes it just a little scary for a lot of people there, because it's so easy to get scammed and out of your coins and stuff like that.
So I guess that's the part that I'm hearing. But that part about regulation and government regulation, a lot of people, you know, shun the government and government oversight, but you do need regulation, you know, just like for your cable and, you know, streaming and everything like that, like money and Bitcoin and things. And it's a learning curve for me and everybody else. Like you said, it's a few years old, and I think everybody on social media has probably gotten some type of scammer saying, come join my whatever. It sounded like a pyramid scheme. I'm like, nah, this not what's about to go down. Right. But another thing that I want to talk to you about, and that you mentioned to me, was just the state of the economy. What do we have to look forward to in the next, you know, few months? Is it anything positive? Is it negative? What are we looking at going forward?
Scary. All right. Scary. Yeah. So once it gets to the news, it's too late. All right, it's too late. So I had a very wealthy individual tell me and a group of people back in September of last year to kind of, you know, watch your big purchases. Don't make any big purchases. Make sure you keep some, what they say, dry powder.
Is this house, cars,
things like that. No large purchases right now. Kind of restrained from that right now. All right. They say keep some dry powder. All right. So just keep some cash on hand. All right.
What you call it?
They call it dry powder. Dry powder.
I was like, look, what business we in? What business we in? We ain't trying to drop nothing on the people tonight.
Yeah, they call it dry powder. yeah, but just, you know, try to keep a little bit of, you know, some cash just accessible.
Yeah.
But they're saying probably the next 18 months, Camilla. All right, so 2023 they say it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough on a lot of people. Those that are financially savvy, this is when they make the money though. All right. So this is when they kind of say the rich get richer. This is during that time right now that, you know, those that are financially savvy, they'll make their money during this time. But it's going to be tough on your average person. It's going to be a rough year. 2023 is. And if you're noticing right now, you're seeing a lot of the big companies, they're laying off. But so they're saying we got a recession and we have inflation at the same time. We've never had this before.
Yeah.
It's always been one or the other.
Right.
But both of these, we're having these at the same time. Like you're seeing it with the grocery store prices. All right. You've seen it with the car prices. They're now starting to settle a little bit. But in the home prices too, all that stuff just shot. So now the interest rates. So now they're trying to get this inflation together. So now the interest rates are being, you know, they're raising the interest rates slowly but for sure.
Right.
And people are looking right now. They're thinking it's going to go back to where it was 2 years ago. That was just something unusual. All right. My wife will tell you as well that that's the lowest it's ever been in history, ever.
Yeah.
All right. Normally, you know, we're running around 8, 9, 10%. Okay.
Wow.
So it's going to get back to where it was, y'all. All right. Gas prices, you know, with the gas prices, they're not coming back down to where, you know, now they got so comfortable with the $3 and $4 that it's not going to go below $3 anymore.
But that's another thing, you know. As a business owner, and I'm not saying you do this, but I know, you know, prices have gone up for everything, right? So when the market settles again, how come y'all don't go back to the old stuff? Is it because, y'all as a business-minded person, they know, well, they've been paying it, so let's just keep it here. So are eggs, you know, if you get, you know, 12 eggs, is it still going to be almost $6, you know, or if I mean, even with hair, getting my hair done, I'm just like, wow, like it's always just about $100, you know, or more, you know, it's not.
Exactly. So now
$10 haircut.
Right. So, I mean, let's take it back to, you know, a pair of Air Force Ones. At one time, they were $59. Now, you know, you're looking at 120.
Yeah.
So it's just now that it's the cost of doing business has gone up. So the prices got to go up. It's almost the same thing with you, all right? Educators at one time were getting paid X amount of dollars. They're going to be like, okay, boom, let's go ahead and take you back to that. You're not going to be happy with that. You're like, well, no way in the world. You know what I'm saying? So the business owners the same way. You know what I'm saying? Business owners the exact same way. Now we're used to, you know, we're now making this. We got to take, you know, we got to take the loss now. Yeah, a lot of business owners like, So that's where it starts getting comfortable with that.
So where are what's your opinion on saving? Because about a year ago, I had a girlfriend that moved to Dubai, and that's working for her. You know, the tax-free living is working for her. But she taught me, she was like, pay yourself. So for the last year, I've been paying myself first, right? Which I thought as an educator, I would never be able to do that. But I was like, okay, I like this. Like, I like having a kitty, you know, like that little, just a soft spot, you know, where, okay, if I need to dip into it, I can for whatever. It could be, you know, saving for a vacation. But what is, and that's just my thing, like that's what I like to do is travel. But what are your thoughts on savings and how you save these days? Because again, with everything going up, that makes everything harder to do.
Yeah. So that was a good tip that she gave you to pay yourself. And did she give you a percentage? Normally it's like 10%. Did she give you a percentage?
I don't remember, but what she must have, because I had a set amount that I was like, I can safely pull this from my check and not feel it.
Right,
so
right.
It
exactly.
was something. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what the percentage was.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So, you know, I like to listen to Grant Cardone, and he likes to say cash is trash. So saving is actually paying yourself, putting something to the side, but you want that to work for you, though. You just don't want it just sitting, because if it's sitting, it's not doing anything for you. So you want to put it into a vehicle where it's actually working for you while you're asleep.
All right? What would that vehicle be? Because I feel like mine is just sitting.
So, I mean, you got people in the stock market, all right? If they're comfortable in the stock market, they do that, all right? You want to put it into an asset, something that appreciates, all right? So you got people that are, you know, in the real estate. All right, what they'll do, they'll start buying properties. I remember that this was back when I was first starting to barber. I had an educator, all right, that would buy one home a year. All right, and it wasn't a lavish home.
How, Sway?
Look, it wasn't a lavish home. It'll be a little beat up thing, right? And he would live there for that year and take his salary, take his money, and slowly fix it up. All right, he'll get it to a point where now it's he can rent it out to somebody. It's real nice. He can rent it out to somebody, and he'll rent that home to somebody, and he'll buy another little shack, and he'll stay in there for a year or 12 months and fix it up, and then rent that out to somebody, and boom, and he'll buy another. In 10 years, he bought 10 houses.
Wow.
Right? 10 years, he bought 10 houses, and I'm gonna tell you right now, he was able to take money out of the first one because he fixed it up, take money out of that first one, and be able to buy the second one.
Yeah.
All right. Once he fixed that second one up, take money out of the second one and buy the third one. He bought 10. I'm gonna say in 10 years, he was no more educated. All right. Now he was financially secure, and he didn't have to work for anybody else. The people
and
that
I
were living.
see that. I see that because he owns these properties and then he's flipping them and then renting them. So he's getting that, and so he's covering the mortgages through the rent. I can see that, but I cannot physically see how you get there. You're loaning, you're borrowing from the bank to get started. Like I would literally have to sit in a class to make that.
So listen, so the person that you have that's in that first property, they're paying the loan for you. They're paying it for you because it's the rent that you're charging them.
Okay.
All right. That's a source of income now. So now he has two sources of income. He has his job and he has that home.
Yeah.
So now when you go to the bank, you look a little more attractive. So then when he bought the second one and then fixed that one up, now he had three sources of income.
Yeah.
2 rental properties, and now and his job.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was able to get another property. And those people, like I said, and pulling money out of the properties that they're in. So those people are basically paying it back. And what we learn in business class, that's called OPM, other people's money.
I love it. You still have to, that's a part of becoming savvy and understanding. And, people have to know this knowledge isn't going to come overnight. So you have to take the time to learn. Like I have a lot of respect for a lot of friends that have gone into real estate, as a side hustle, right? Because, having a, second or third stream of income matters, especially if you like to play, if you like to travel, if you, want things that, education, whatever you're saving for. Yeah. But what do you think is one of the main things that stops us as a community, African American community, from getting those things? I know that's one, like the will to do it.
That's it.
But what are the things that stunt our growth? Let's talk about that.
You just said it, the fear factor. Man, not trusting, not trusting somebody to look like us. All right, which is crazy. I say all the time, we're our biggest enemy, our own biggest enemy. All right. We hold each other back. Okay. So if we can get out that mindset, I'll tell you, it'll be so much better out here for real.
What have you seen though? I mean, as a business owner, like little things, I noticed just in working in this space for the last couple years, or, being a stand-up comedian and you say, hey, I got a show here. And then you get people to say, oh, I want to come support you, but something came up, and you put it out there. You can't make people come. So do you feel like, do you get your best support from your home community, or is it that you have to reach out and touch other people that are going to support, and then that maybe they come back around? Because I think we are, as a people, we don't trust.
Hey,
we like to sit back and watch. Let me see what this is about to do.
Hey, look, in business, it's easier to make a customer into a friend versus making a friend into a customer.
Wow.
Very, very much easier. That right there will sit home with you. All right? I know when I opened my very first salon and spa, I had so many people telling me, hey, man, I'm coming through. I'm going to holler at you. I'm going to come through. I'm going to holler at you. Man, when those doors opened up, young lady, crickets.
Crickets. And that's exactly what We say, I'm holler at you.
Hey,
I'm holler at you.
if I had to rely on my friends for that business to stay open, I would have been closed the first month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's one thing right there that is like huge. All right. What you got to do though? What you got to do is you got to get yourself a mentor. All right. You got to get somebody to mentor that's already been through it. All right. You want to look at somebody, and if they're somewhere where you want to go, all right. If there's somewhere, if you want to be in the situation that they're at, living the way they're living, that's who you want to be a mentor. All right. So who would you want to mimic? And get with them, because they already got the blueprint. All right. All you got to do is just sit there and listen and follow it. They can lay it out for you. Don't reinvent the wheel. There's no need to. Get somebody that is where you want to be in life, where you want to go, and man, just sit up under that person. Ask some questions. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple. It's simple.
Yeah, I see in the comments, MN, I don't know if that's M Nights 33. Our people think everything is a scam. We do. We do. A lot of times, like we like to lay back and sit and see what's going on. But I think that's, you know, it can be hurtful. So you got to not take things personally and understand, like you said, you know, if you had to wait on your friends to come through, you'd probably be out of business. But, you know, building slowly and getting your clientele and making people you don't know your friends has helped you to succeed.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. And just, you know, like I said, getting around some people that with the right mindset, getting around some wealthy folks, all right, not being afraid, because a lot of times if we see somebody that's doing quite well or something like that, we'll be even just kind of shy or shame, you know, just kind of back away from even just talking to that person. All right. And a lot of people that are doing well, they would love to see other people doing well too. So they love to just, you know, sit down and chop it with you, you know, talk with you and say, hey man, you know, ask you where you're at, see where your mindset's at. If it seems like your mind is in the right place, they'll open up to you. All right. But they know though. All right. Yeah. They done been through a lot of people that, you know, they done burned them, done scammed them, done did this and did that. I done had a lot of people steal from me. All right. Steal from me. Oh man. And this and that. So, but now, you know, a little older now. And that's where the saying comes, older. The little older you get, the wiser you get. Yeah. All right. So I see your mother's on here, man. You look just like your mom, so I'm trying to tell you. All right. Hey, I see your mother's. Yeah, I see your mother's on here looking. So now your mother's at that point now that, you know, she see a lot of the young kids doing things that she already know, like, oh Lord, I know how this is gonna turn out. But she don't even do no talking no more. Hey, what she do? She probably do like this now. She don't even say no. She just shake her head. She said, hey, no need to talk. They gonna do it anyway. Right. But she know the results. She know what's gonna happen. And I kind of see that now with a lot of the seniors and the older people that I used to be around and stuff. And used to do something, and you say, you see what they doing? They just shake their head. They don't even say nothing. They say they tired of talking.
Yeah. Energy. They don't have the energy for it.
Yeah, I just out, man.
Because we hard-headed.
Hard-headed, yeah. They got to learn. You got to learn the hard way.
They got to learn. PD 3159 says it's unfortunate because the ones who believe everything is a scam are the ones that are broke and have nothing to be scammed out of. Sometimes. Right?
He hit it on the head. All right. So those that like you said, that are broke, don't have as much or whatever. Those are your most skeptical people in the world. All right. And the ones that, then the people that have some money, they see opportunity. All right. They gonna see opportunity. Hey, let me go ahead and jump on this. But somebody that don't have no money, they skeptical.
Right.
So he's right.
So what are some, and my mom pulled through with, I still try. She still tries to talk some sense to people. She does. Yeah. But what, you know, there are a lot of business owners that are popping in, and I want to, you know, impart some knowledge. You know, what can you drop for business? You know, you've been in the game for 30 plus years, right? 30 plus years. You've been an LLC owner for 25, and just tell people what that means, what that means, because I'm, as a comedian, you know, I'm not an LLC, but, you know, I'm different from what that is. But just tell people, what is an LLC?
Well, I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to take a step further than that, Camilla. And a lot of people on here, you see somebody with a trust. All right, you see them with a trust. So what you'll learn in business, and what they tell you is they tell you to own your assets and lease your liabilities. All right. So
What
anything
does
that's
that mean? Explain that to
yeah,
me, the layperson.
okay, here's an explanation here. So an asset is something that will appreciate. All right. So asset is like gold. Asset is your home. All right. Real estate. Asset is you like stocks and stuff like that. All right. You'll see a lot of people. What do a lot of wealthy people have? You'll see them. They'll have art, paintings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Things of that sort there. Liabilities like cars, your regular cars, you know, jewelry, something that's going to, sometimes, a lot of, there's diamonds and stuff that appreciates and stuff like that, but
yeah.
just a lot of, like material things that a lot of people have there. But so you definitely want to, and I'm going to say the easiest thing right here. Let's say a vehicle. All right. Own your house. All right. Own your house. But that car, a lot of people buy the car, don't buy the car, just lease it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Lease it because it's going to depreciate anyway. All right. So lease it for, 3-4 years and get you something else.
But wait a minute, let me add.
Mm-hmm.
I leased one time and it wasn't the smartest thing for me.
Lease
if you don't have to commute far to work, because then you count miles.
Yeah. So for you,
for me. But if you're close, then that I can see how that works. Yeah.
Exactly. So you can kind of use yours more as, like I said, you're going to work and stuff like that. But I would have like a work vehicle. All right, like myself. All right, I got a work van. I got a work van that I drive every day, but I had a company paying for it. Okay, yeah. So I got a company paying for it there. So that was one. All right. So own your assets, lease your liabilities. Two, what I like to tell people as far as the trust. All right. If you're able to get yourself a trust, get everything set up there. You'll save on taxes. You'll save on a lot with that. All right. You got to really get with a person that knows the trust and really go into it because it's really in depth. But basically, with a trust is that you wanna own nothing. You don't want to have nothing in your name, but you want to be able to control everything.
Wow.
All right. So basically, the trust will have its own social security number. Yeah, I know. It has its own social security number. And then you can run things through your trust. And it's a big savings on taxes, y'all. All right, big savings on taxes. It keeps you not the responsibility falls off of you. And then you can pass it down through generations too. So you can pass it down to your kids, your grandkids, and things like that. They'll be what they call the beneficiaries of it. All right. You do that, man. That's what the wealthy do. All right. So what you want to do is everybody that's on here right now, real quick, follow what the wealthy's doing, y'all. All right. Look up, get some books. All right. Go and we got the internet here now, so you can it's so easy with just punching a couple things and just follow what they're doing. Get some tips, get some ideas from what they're doing on YouTube. Should
we try, like Forbes magazine, and what are those vehicles that will give you some knowledge on that front?
So we got to take from now from what you're teaching the kids and what they learned in grade school, and just put it together. So just put the puzzle together. You go into Forbes and you're going to see some rich people in there. All right, billionaires list. Once you get a couple of those names, let me go ahead and punch their name in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then you start doing that science fair. You know what I'm saying? You start doing that theme paper. All right, that term paper. You start doing that off of that there. So yeah, just start off and just start going. Start getting some names. You'll see some people on there. You'll be mesmerized. You're like, oh wow. And you got some people on there. You'll be like, man, I didn't know they was getting it like that. Man, hey, look. So everybody on here, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all who making some money right now. Crazy money. DJ Khaled. Oh my goodness, he killing it. Oh, he killing the game.
Okay. Oh, now what is he doing? Because he's on. They get him to be on their songs, right?
No, he actually gets them to be. He actually gets them to be on his song. He has them to come in. Oh my goodness, and putting the names on there. But now he got his own. He got his own Jordan. He got his own shoe line. He is killing it. So I was down in Miami back in October. And went on the little Star, got a boat, we got a little yacht, and did the Star Island little tour.
Yeah.
He got a house in Star Island. I said, man, I didn't know he was getting it like that. Yeah, he's over there with the billionaires, killing it, man. I was like, man, hey, he killing it. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, he killing it. He just bought a jet. All right. I mean, I'm talking about a major jet, not the little boy, but a major jet.
Yeah.
Yeah. He killing it. He's killing it.
Awesome. Well, so again, so with the business owners that are on tonight and the people who are going to watch this back, what else could you leave them? What other gem could you drop for them? Other than, what I hear you saying is persistence and consistency,
Okay.
but being smart as well, doing
Okay.
and reading and trying researching and doing those things. Is there something else that,
Man,
what was the biggest,
it's
gift
so
from your
much, Camilla.
mentor, that not the knowledge? What was it for you?
Camilla, it's so much right now. If you got a lot of people right here who might be inspiring to be business owner, or they want to do something a little bigger. I learned this when I was working at the State Department. I seen them. They had an acquisitions department, right? And this is like in private companies and stuff. I'm like, what is that? And what they would do, they would like buy companies. All right, they'll buy like the competition and grow and get bigger. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna tell that, and this is what I learned right now. People, a lot of people want to go out and start their business or whatever. All right. There's enough businesses out here. All right. So starting from scratch is like almost trying to reinvent the wheel and things. I would advise for anybody that's interested in going out in business and doing something. See if you can buy an existing business.
Oh, wow.
All right. It'll be cheaper, y'all. All right. It'll be cheaper because it'll already have some revenue just generating instead of you trying to create that demand or create that audience is already there. Okay. So y'all just go ahead, get you an existing business and just put your tweak on it. All right. Put your tweak on it. Cause I'm pretty sure when you come in, you'll have some new ideas, some better ideas. I know how I can make this better. It's already there for you. All right. So you're just going in there and basically it's almost, like buying a meal instead of cooking it from scratch, just putting it in the microwave. You might put a little something on it or put it on the stove and that's it. She's ready to go.
I love that.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to, especially the Black women that are on here. And I'm sure you've heard about this because you're in the hair industry as well. The owner of Mayel Hair Products.
Okay.
She and her husband just sold that to, I guess, a larger conglomerate.
Sure.
And what happened, at first she got a lot of shade last week. They were like, well, you sold out to the white man. And she, she's like, wait, her name is still on the product. She's still, I guess, managing, I guess they call it managing partner. I don't know what you call it, but she didn't get rid of the business, but she made it, she expanded, and now she is more wealthy.
So what she did was she took it as far as she could take it. All right.
That's good. I'm glad you said it. Took it as far as she could take it.
Yeah, she took it as far as she could take it there. But her whole vision is anybody else too. They wanted to have it huge or whatever. So now this other company come in and they say, hey man, this is what we're gonna do. All right, we'll go ahead. We're gonna really blow this out. We could take it national. We could take this worldwide. We got all this in place right here. And that's what people do there. So your whole dream is to be able to one day to be able to take that business public. But you really wanted to have it big as you can. Like I said, she's still on. She's still creative, got the creative idea and stuff like that. But this company said, we can get you more exposure. We can get you into more doors. We can get you, more influence and things like that.
Yeah.
Jump right on it. Anybody will jump on that. Anybody will.
I love that. I wanted to switch gears because it's a quick hour, but I wanted to ask some other questions, some more fun questions, and kind of get your opinion on some things. And the first thing, and then we'll tie up and see if there's anything that I kind of left that you wanted to make sure you shared with the audience. But I wanted to know, I don't watch a lot of TV anymore for whatever reason.
Right.
So I wanted to know, a man that is as busy as you, is it 2 salons or more salons than that?
So I'm back down to my barbershop now, young lady. So I had I had some salon suites and they were tying me up a little bit. So I got rid of them back in October, September.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, what do you watch? What do you have time for?
Camilla, I'm like you now, Camilla, to be honest with you. So COVID really got me out of watching TV because I was really into like the sports. I would do UFC. I would do the boxing. I was watching that, right? And your brother gets on me now. He's like, you don't know nothing about boxing no more. I really don't watch as much as I used to. All right. So COVID kind of got me out of this space because nothing was on TV.
Right.
So I got out of the space and I didn't really turn the TV on during that time. And now that, things open back up and stuff back on things, I really haven't turned the TV. I'm like you, I haven't really turned the TV back on. So I feel now that if I do, like I'm wasting time. I could be using this time to be, you know, generating some money, doing something with that. So I do. So I tell you what I do watch. YouTube. I'm on YouTube a lot, and I'm getting a lot of mentoring off of there. I do a lot of looking at the financial items there. A lot of motivational stuff. So I do that now. Yeah. So I'm more locked into that there.
So you're not watching like the Coach Prime, the Deion Sanders documentary.
You know what? So I'm watching it on YouTube. And I'm very, hey, you know what? He is laying the blueprint down. I'm actually very fascinated.
I'm so glad
with
Coach Prime. You watch it because it is so good.
No, I'm so fascinated from the beginning of him going to Jackson State and that whole process there, and how he brought in a lot of influence within Jackson State. Look, he had those celebrities, those music artists coming into the locker room, and those kids were like, this is like every day. They weren't even tripping. You know what I'm saying? And he's getting them so used to that. And it was just amazing. And actually the celebrities, you know, they were more fascinated to be around the kids, you know, than the kids with them. You know what I'm saying? Just being in that setting there. So, and just watching him just lay this blueprint, and I'm just rooting for him for Colorado now, and his success there. I'm just seeing what he's doing and where he's putting things on the map, and he's really he's like being a mentor for me. So aspects as far as with influence.
On one of the first couple shows, they talk about, you know, somebody on there, I don't know if it's maybe his assistant, but they talk about how, you know, he doesn't need the money. He didn't do this for the money. He's doing it for the love and trying to actually impart some knowledge and put some, you know, kids that may not have the exposure, give them that and that opportunity for the next level. I respected that he brought in The Rock, and his, you know, The Rock just took over XFL to give them those opportunities. But I was wondering, I wonder if he watches that. I just started watching it, and I was like, he really is laying the blueprint. I hate that he got so much hate, and I think it was just disappointment, especially from, you know, people who wanted to see him, you know, just like the Mayo products. He took Jackson State as far as he could take it.
He did everything he said he was going to do.
He basically, right? So he did what he said he was going to do, and now he's moved on. And why stunt somebody's growth, you know? Exactly.
Hey, Camilla, hey, quiet as kept. Hey, we kind of ran him away out of there, too. Hey, that's all I'm going to say,
you
man.
Think so?
It was a lot that was going on that, you know, that wasn't really televised. But
the thing, and it's, you know, I'm glad they talked about, you know, the water crisis in Mississippi and all of the other things. And I think he also helped to shine a light on the fact, and a lot of people knew, you know, HBCUs don't get as much money as the Power 5 conferences and all of those things. But, you know, real life things that were happening. He had to, you know, use his network to move his team to another facility so that they can have showers. You know, like he was like, not just water to drink, but we need to wash our bodies. Like, you know, things like the real things that they're dealing with. But I don't know that whole background, but I'm rooting for him.
For sure. No, definitely for sure. If you notice
when somebody comes behind them and comes to a HBCU and takes it as far as they can, and you know, you keep cultivating this greatness at HBCUs. I love that. I love the network that he used to do it.
Yeah, when he first got to Colorado, he took a tour of the whole facility, and he was like, he was mesmerized. All right, so first just the facility and just how beautiful it was. And then you'll notice he said, there's no crime here. So it was a lot going on in Jackson and down there. And that was really, it was tough. It was tough for him.
Yeah. All right. So my next question, you don't watch a lot of TV, but over the holidays, and I wish your wife was on here so we could talk. You didn't watch the Best Man final chapters?
No, man.
Come on.
No, man.
Come on.
No, man. No, man.
Listen, Pooch, quiet as kept. I may have just gotten Peacock for that, and then I got rid of it.
No, man.
I'm not watching this channel. I don't watch this channel, but I did. I go ahead and pay my $5 to get to watch the series, and then I'm done. But I was like, let me ask him this question. Who's your favorite football team?
Cowboys, your team, your squad.
Okay, tell me about your evening last night. Did you stay up the whole time?
So I did. I caught it. I watched it, and I already knew we was gonna bang them out because they gave us the business first game of the season.
Yeah, but it was a good game though. I was like, we always play them tough, but wow,
19-3 was a good game.
Man, yeah, no, I thought it was. That was the early on in the season, right?
The very first 19-3.
Maybe I remember another team that we played.
Hey, look, they ran all over us the first game.
Okay, I take it back. I take it back. My memory.
Yeah, they beat the brakes off us the first game. So I knew. I said we got to get some get back. All right, I said we got to get some get back. And it was going like I thought it was gonna go until that darn kicker. I said, man, this joker, I mean, he on the take, man. Somebody, hey, man, this joker, yeah, he got a side bet. He got some point shaving or something going on. Exactly. I'm like, hold up, man, for real.
Texted, I think Sekou said that too. Was they point shaving?
Yeah.
What is happening?
This man, because it was like, because you know, second half, all the games, all of a sudden, Tom Brady, he'll come back.
Yep.
Man, this joker, and he's still missing the field. I mean, the extra point. I'm like, nah, man.
Like,
so if you notice,
need those points back.
They knew something was up. They knew something was up because they went for it twice on fourth down. All right, the one with Dak did the little rollout.
Yeah, they
got to 12 points. I mean, even to get to 12, they knew something. Like, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Going for it so close and so early, and it was interesting. It was interesting.
It really was. But I am tired tonight because I stayed up last night watching it. And I was like, I got to do it. Like, we got to prove them wrong. You know, we just got over a hump. And you know how it is for us. We don't ever really get beat. We beat ourselves.
Exactly.
So I was waiting. I was like, is Mar gonna blow this for us? Is he gonna be the one that our Achilles heel tonight? Right. The reason why Dak can't win a playoff game, another playoff game. But the hour is up, and I always ask rapid fire, but I don't want to ask them tonight. But I do want you to talk about one thing. My last segment of all my shows is called Your Lashes Have Expired, and it's always something that you want to see go away and never come back. So I want you to answer that question, and moving in the business space, but it could be whatever, and I appreciate all the tips that you gave us tonight.
So yo, man, and this frustrates me so much. So I want just a self-hate amongst us as Black people, y'all, please, man, because even hey, Camilla, in the rap songs, all right? Every rap song I turn on, I listen to, is always talking about killing another Black man, taking his woman, taking his girl, you know what I'm saying, doing drugs or this and that. They celebrating all that, dude. Man, we got to get away from all that. And a lot of it is subconscious. And now we're trying to figure out why our kids out here, shooting, killing other kids, why a Black man gets so aggressive against another one, just from a look and things like that. Yeah. Subconscious stuff that's just being embedded here and there. So I definitely want us as a people, man, to be able just to come together, work together. And man, we can do some big things. All right, we can do some major things, big things. You can see that when a lot of I would say foreign countries or people, when they come over here, they go to the Black neighborhood and set up their businesses, man, because we spend a lot of money there. All right,
we spend a lot of money, period.
But why aren't there Black businesses in the Black neighborhoods, though? You know what I'm saying? So you got every other ethnicity in there, but no Black businesses though. Yeah. All right, so we just gotta come together. We gotta come together and just really start working together, y'all. Get rid of this self-hate. Start working together, and I think we can do some big things together. So that's my biggest thing. If I can get that to go away from just go away forever, right? I would love it. But it looks like we've been working on it for hundreds of years, and whew, it's hard to
unbraid that though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get years of and I don't want to extend this hour, but we got to talk about systemic racism and things that were put in place that made us hate ourselves. And I think that's a bigger conversation as well, because that's hundreds of years of being knocked down and feeling less than and trying to figure out I think we just need to educate ourselves on what Tulsa was before the Tulsa Race Massacre, when we actually did put our money together and we actually did have communities of color that had thriving businesses and wealth and let's talk about why we still keep having this conversation about reparations and those families of there were tons of communities across the nation that were like Tulsa that were thriving in Black businesses and having your own in a sense of your own, but we've lost that because we were made to lose that, right? So I don't think it's not our fault, but we have to figure out how to unlearn that type of behavior. I mean, I don't like it either. I don't think anybody likes it. I think we all, we all want this kumbaya moment at some point, and you don't want to hate on the next person. And, why you want to, like you said, somebody broke into your car. Like that's one of the worst forms of violation. Why? You know what I'm saying? Did you, first of all, you ain't leave the door unlocked. I know you didn't, because if you got a Benz, I'm sure it locks itself even if you forgot. Yeah. And I'm sure you go Mercedes, turn the window down, whatever you need to do.
Look,
but
they went down the whole road, young lady. They just hitting cars. They were just an opportunity.
Just opportunity, and it's unfortunate. But again, that's a mentality that has to be unlearned. And it's the saddest thing, again, and I encourage people, you gave people insight on the business front and being business savvy, but you also said to read,
yes,
right? And
yes.
know your history as well, because, a lot of things, and even as an educator, having to peel back the onion on a child and why a child is acting out are a lot different than what you may think,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they bad. No, they hungry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why are they doing that? Well, they need glasses. These things you have to kind of think about. So, no, I appreciate your knowledge. I'm glad you made time for me again. And, I hope that people watch this back to kind of get some gems and reach out to you. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to you, and I'm sure you can direct people, and you're willing to help people to come up because somebody helped you.
That's right. That's right, for sure. Appreciate you, Camilla. Thank you.
I appreciate it. You have a good evening. You find out what's happening with your car. Get it all straight. Look, too. Next time I wish we had more time to talk about the fight. I'm so glad I ain't paid $75 for the fight. I got a text saying, it's midnight. They haven't even come on yet. The big fight. I'm like, yeah, I would have been asleep. I would have been mad. So anyway, thank you. I appreciate you and continued success. Oh, one more question. I forgot. My mom came into space. She said, in 5 years, where do you see yourself?
In 5 years? Man, in Florida.
In Florida. You gonna uproot? You gonna lead the big city APA?
Yeah, I'm going to Miami, young lady. I'm going down to Miami. Hey, I want to see the yachts.
I love it. You gonna be next to DJ Khaled. Get familiar.
I'm trying to tell you.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna make it happen because you've been making it happen for this long. So thank you.
All right.
All right. Take care. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Y'all, thank you for joining me for Just Being Honest with Millz Lane. We're going to take a week off next week, and then we will be back with some great shows for you in February. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for your questions. I hope you learned something tonight. I will see you next time on Just Being Honest with Millz Lane. Bye-bye.